Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the electricity lesson 4.8, heating effect of current. Before that, we have studied all the chapters, all the objectives, learning objectives in this lesson. That is current, electrical current, definition of current, electrical circuit, electrical power, potential, Ohm's law, resistance in parallel, resistance in series, then conductivity and resistivity. Then we have studied about domestic electric circuit. After then we have studied in the last class LED bulbs and LED television. Only thing left in this lesson is heating effect of electric current and power consumption of electrical energy and electric power. These alone we are going to see in this class, and up to this the lesson is over. After finishing this, the lesson is completed. I'll give the question answers based on this lesson. Heating effect of electric current. Whenever we are using an bulb or any other electrical equipment, we are able to realize the heating effect. Even the AC we are using, that will make the room to be chilled and it is sucking the heat and pushing it out. So if you make the mixie to run a long time because of heat, it won't work. So heat makes the effect on your electric current. So normal 60 watts bulb and all, if you are using, after using it 1 hour, you can't touch the bulb, you can't hold the bulb because of heat. So heat produces some effect of current. What are the heating effect of electric current? When a long time if you use the current, it produces heat. Yes, it has some resistance. Beyond that, it has to prolong with the charges to flow. So it should have a resistance. And current, because of flowing of charges, it makes the objects, electrical equipments to be heat. So three primary things need to make the electrical equipment heat, and that heat causes what we are going to see that. So heat, how heat is produced using an electric current, using an electricity. Current, flow of current makes the equipment to be heat, and resistance of that equipment and how long we are using the equipment. So H is directly proportional to I, R and T. This is your heating effect of electric current. Have you ever touched the motor casing of a fan? As it is in your book I am reading, which has been used for few hours continuously, what do you observe? The motor casing is warm. This is due to the heating effect of current. The same can be observed by touching a bulb which was used for a long duration. Generally, a source of electrical energy can develop a potential difference across a resistor which is connected to that source. This potential difference constitutes a current through a resistance. For continuous drawing of current, then the source has continuously spending energy. So underline this: for continuous drawing of current, a part of energy from the source can be converted into usual work, converting it into heat energy. Thus the passage of electric current through a wire result in the production of heat. Passage of electric current through an wire result in the production of heat. This phenomena is called as the heating effect of current. Mark it, these two lines: the passage of electric current through a wire results in the production of heat. This phenomena is called as the heating effect of current. In this paragraph, what we are studying, the definition is the important that you have to study. What you have to study: the passage of electric current through a wire result in the production of heat. This phenomena is called as the heating effect of current. But in what are all the devices we are using it for? Heating purpose: electrical heater, electrical iron, etc. Then we will see the Joule's law of heating. What is Joule's law of heating? Three important parameters: I, R, V, T and Q. The I is the current, R is the resistance, V is the potential difference and charge, Q is the charge and time is the time interval. Based upon this, the work done in moving an charge across the ends of the resistance with the potential. V is a VQ. We already studied V is equal to work done is equal to Q by V. Work done is equal to VQ. V potential is equal to work done by the charges. Potential is equal to work done by the charges. V is equal to W by Q. So this is the energy spent by the source. Heat is equal to what we have said. Heat is equal to WIT. WIT. V-I-T. WIT. VIP. Heat is very important. Without heat we cannot survive. So heat is a very important person. VIP. Very important person. Very important. So H, you can remember H is equal to VIT. H is a very important. So V is equal to, from Ohm's law we have studied, V is equal to IR. V is equal to IR. Substituting in this equation we will get H is equal to I square RT. This is the Joule's law of, this is known as Joule's law of heating. Joule's law of heating states that pre-statement heat is directly proportional to the square of the current passing through the resistor, directly proportional to the resistance of the resistor, and directly proportional to the time for which the current is passing through the resistor. This is an important thing. What is Joule's law of heating? What is Joule's law of heating? Before the paragraph we have studied heating effect of current. In this paragraph we are studying about Joule's law of heating. Joule's law of heating, simply you write H is equal to I square RT is the formula you have to write. After writing this you can say H is directly proportional to the I square current, square of the current in the resistor. H is directly proportional to the resistance of the resistor, and H is directly proportional to the time for which the current is passing through the resistor. Then application, where and all we are using the applications of heating effect. Electrical device, electric heating device, fuse wire, filament in bulb. This is the three applications we are going to view now. First one is the electric heating device. The heating effect of an electric current is used in many appliances such as electrical iron, electric toaster, electric oven, electric heater, geyser, etc. In these appliances, nichrome, which is an alloy of nickel and chrome, is used as the heating element. Because why nickel is used? Why not other aluminum and copper? Because nickel has high resistivity, high melting point, and not easily oxidized. What happens when it is oxidized? You know very well, when the metals is oxidized, it will form a rust. So it won't be oxidized. It has a high melting point. What happens when it melts? When it melts, the circuit won't be work, the current will break. The flow of charges will be break. So it has high resistivity and high melting point and not easily oxidized. This is the special character of nickel and chrome alloy used in these electrical equipment. Fuse wire. Already we have studied about a fuse. What is the use of fuse? It safeguard the devices from the short circuiting. So the fuse is connected in series in an electric circuit. When a large current passes through the circuit, the fuse wire, what happens to the fuse wire? The fuse wire melts because of heat. Why the fuse wire is melts? Because of large charges flowing, it will produce a heat. That heat makes the wire to be melt, Joule's heating effect, and hence the circuit gets disconnected. If there is no circuit connection is there, the charges will not flow. The charges is not flow, so appliances will be safeguarded from the damage. The fuse wire is made up of a material whose melting point is relatively low. Just underline this because nickel has high melting point, fuse has low melting point. Nickel has high melting point and fuse wire has very low melting point. Okay, then in an electric bulb a small wire is used, is called as filament. That filament is made up of tungsten wire. That filament is made up of tungsten wire whose melting point is very high. And once again you compare this, nickel has very high melting point, fuse has very low melting point, and the filament tungsten has very high melting point. When current passes through follow the wire, the heat is produced in the filament and the filament is heated, it glows and gives out light. Tungsten is the commonly used material to make the filaments in the bulb. We will see the remaining thing, electric power and consumption of energy, in the next video.